How about some Monday night high school hoops from Scottsdale, Arizona? It's Saguaro and Poston Butte in an all-AZ clash here on the Varsity Sports Show. Ryan Sikora, Tanner Tortorella here tonight with you on a Monday. Kind of a weird day to play high school basketball here in State 48, but it's two good teams that have kind of been on different paths to the start of the season. Poston Butte 3-7. They've already played 10 games. Saguaro at 1-3, only 4.
Yeah, one team is fully in the swing of the season. One's still trying to get out of the gate. Poston Butte 3-7. 3-3 in their last games. Starting to find their rhythm. While Saguaro on the 3-game losing streak, just haven't been able to get wins on the win column real quick. It's just been a lot. And I've been able to talk to Coach Ramirez, and he talked about it in our interview.
He mentioned Lucas Ramirez there, another year at the helm of the Sabercat roster. Tanner, like you said, got a chance to speak to him on the big game.
Hi, I'm Tanner Torella of Varsity Sports. I'm standing next to Lucas Ramirez, head basketball coach of Saguaro basketball. Coach, this season's been pretty good for two players. Kay and Red House, offensively, they've been sensational. What have you seen from them this season?
Yeah, it's awesome to see growth. It's awesome to see them take a step. Both guys played junior varsity last year, a sophomore, so they showed the ability to score the ball well at that level, and they're showing that it can translate now. For us now, it's just a matter of putting together 4 quarters as a team and making sure those guys show up every night.
Defensively, it's been kind of an issue defensively. What do you guys need to do better, heading into this matchup, to limit, the points from your opponents?
Yeah, again, it's playing 4 quarters. We've been really, really good, and common theme has been us playing a good half or even 3 quarters of solid basketball on both sides of the ball. But for a game like tonight, we're going to have to be able to play in transition up and down the floor on both sides, and then we're going to have to rebound the heck out of the basketball tonight.
And you talked to Ryan earlier, and you said that not a lot of these guys played varsity basketball. This is a new group. How do you think they responded so far early in the season?
I think it's been great. It's exciting every day to get in the gym because they're a hungry group. They know they have a lot to continue to develop, and they care. That's the difference when you compare to previous groups we've had.
Opening tip won by Poston Butte as they come the other direction. Tanner got that chance to talk with Coach Ramirez, and we'll touch on it early. We play 8-minute quarters here, 4 of them in Arizona. He mentioned the defense and trying to put that together over the course of an entire game. That's an important thing, the other direction for Poston Butte, and laid in for the first bucket of the game by Cord Baker.
Yeah, the defense has been a problem. The last 3 games have all been losses because they allowed 74.3 points to the opponent, and it's just been, just not been able to play all 4 quarters, as Coach mentioned, and just being the aggressor. And, against this Poston Butte team, they'd like to get out and open. They're very athletic, so it's going to be a challenge. You got to stay in front of them 24/7, or they're able to make you pay. And, this is a young Sabercats team. They haven't been able to put the notion in on the defensive end, but, there's a willingness to compete. So Coach Ramirez is very hopeful about the future.
End of the lane there is DeMarco Dunham. Dunham gets fouled on the possession. Made by Joe Miller, the sophomore at 6'4" for the Sabercats. Dunham, a senior, averages 8 a game. Goes to the free throw line for the first time tonight for either team. Clatters off the front iron. It's 2-2. Dunham not one of the key guys for Ricky Jordan and this Poston Butte Broncos team. 3-7 as he hits the second. That would be Dutch Martinez, who leads this squad in scoring. He's number 1 in blue tonight. He's special on both ends of the floor. Saguaro led by O'Shea Bonner, who's got the basketball now. He drives up court, and Neshoba Red House. Flip to the corner for Bonner. O'Shea stepping inside. Stepping back, a deep 2 for him. It's off the front of the rim. Rebound and put back in by Miller.
Miller, that's huge for Miller. He's one of the few big men on this roster at 6'4". It's going to be huge because, the Broncos have a lot of size. He's going to need to put their force in early to help them on the offensive end.
This is Jerry Lewis. Stepping around and looking away. It goes off the knee of Red House into the fans of Dutch Martinez. In the paint they go. A tough layup. A good spin around, and it falls for Connor Martin.
And Connor Martin is a big man in the center right here, 8.8 rebounds a game, and he has got the size and the agility in when he gets on the post to lay it up and in. You saw it right there.
Averaging nearly 2 on the offensive glass a game is Connor Martin. Bonner will drive inside and kick out. Good pump fake, stepping in, right-hand lay off the glass for Mikey Shepston.
And Mikey Shepston, 8 points a game. He's one of those big offensive weapons on the role players outside of Red House and K.
Just a freshman, a pair of freshmen on this Sabercat senior roster. It's a corner three, Martinez pure.
Yeah, Martinez, like you said, leading scorer, 16.3s, and he's one of the few shooters on this roster, shooting 38% from downtown.
Bonner driving inside, kicks out Red House. This is Trey Kay, who's one of the pure guys on the Sabercats team. Besides trade triples, it's 9-6 Saguaro, 3 minutes in.
He averages 3 made three-pointers a game. He's a huge from beyond the arc and huge to get this offensive going.
9-8 Cats, check that. This is Shepston into the lane, too strong. Good rebound for Cord Baker. Poston Butte will push a little bit. Red House with a rebound. Bonner and Trey Kay. Red House, he can shoot it too, and Neshoba too strong. Martinez gets involved and earns a foul. That's going to go on Miller. Already 2 team fouls on the Sabercats. Talk a little bit more about Dutch Martinez. 16.3 points per game, just 2.4 assists for your point guard, but his job is simply to score, and it is a Poston Butte offense that doesn't share the ball too often. They run through Martinez, and usually they end there.
It's a lot of ISO. You know, they only average 8.3 assists per game to their 17.8 turnovers. Not a great assist to turnover ratio. It's a lot of ISO ball, a lot of, trying to get your own game going. And, they like to get out in the open. That's also a reason why the low assists, the press, they like to be athletic, get the steals, get on the break, move it quickly. The half-court offense just hasn't been ideal that you would want out of your team. But when now they're open, that's when they're most dangerous. So for the Sabercats, you just got to keep them in front and try not to make costly mistakes.
Foul attributed there to Jude Ramirez as Red House checks out. And first game of the season for Mason Whitaker after he got off the football field. A deep three for Trey Kay, and he was too strong. We mentioned that assist-to-turnover ratio for the Broncos. It's, I think, just north of 0.5. It is not very good. Something they're going to try and work on as this season goes on. 3-7 here this winter. Saguaro, just their 5th game of 2023. Bounces inside, and Ramirez is blocked. This is Shepston trying to get out in the open, and that's Ramirez on the floor. Martinez steps in, free throw line, pure again.
Exactly, on the break, get the steal, and Martinez goes to work on the free throw line. Just a quick pull-up and quick basket. He's dangerous out in the open, like I've been saying.
It's 10-9 Broncos.
Yeah, it looks like the Sabercats are actually starting in a zone, on 2-3 zone real quick, having Joe Miller at the free throw line and moving around and trying to overwhelm and double team the ball carrier when they're inside of the perimeter. And so far, they got the steal, but then they turn it over right away back to Martinez where he got that free throw pull-up jumper.
This is how you beat that zone. You move it around, dump it inside. Miller, who got back into the paint, could not contest in time. That'll go to Connor Martin.
And again, those offensive rebounds, Jerry Lewis on the offensive glass, putting him back in. Another costly mistake by the Sabercats.
Lewis was there as well. Whitaker, Miller. That's a deep three for the big man. Lucas Ramirez turned around, didn't like that shot. He's mic'd up tonight. We'll hear him during timeouts. Baker. Ramirez trapped in the corner. Sneaks his way out and gets the ball to Martin. Has Martinez. Martin tried to feed Baker, and it's Shepston who gets the turnover. Trey Kay. Mikey Shepston, right hand inside. Both teams in double digits with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. They lost the man defensively in transition and spinning away, turning it over. Cats, a good back pass. Kay in the corner. Trey lays off for Miller. Contested layup. Got his own rebound. 13-12 Saguaro on a little run. Timeout Poston Butte.
That's what you get from pushing the pace. You know, the Broncos were going back, were able to set up the defense, and again, finding him on the break. Mikey Sepson was able to go in and get the bucket.
Let's get to hear from Lucas.
Way to make up for it. Always know what's going on. Hey, 13, I like it. Okay, they're going to try and make risky passes, but let's try and pick that off and run. Okay, if we get a loose ball, it doesn't always have to. You learned a second ago. We don't got to go. Let's just retain it, okay, and then get a good look. We took 2 quick shots there. Two out of the last three shots we keep.
You heard it there, though. You don't got to go. That's kind of the message, is the pace is where Poston Butte might want it. Saguaro, I think, and Lucas want to slow it down.
Yeah, you know, going fast is great, but it's got to be smart. That is more important. You don't want to do those turnovers. You know, there's still a young team, only 2 seniors on the roster. They still have 16.7 turnovers, and it's for costly, inexperienced mistakes like that, pushing it when you don't have it. Just being smart with the basketball is what they need to improve on as well. Just being smart, but also being fast as well. And you heard it from Coach Ramirez. They just need to do a better job of just not rushing shots and being smart with the basketball.
And those 2 seniors don't play a ton, Jackson Tripp and Quentin Weatherspoon. We'll see them at times tonight. Poston Butte with the basketball. Martinez, Saguaro's zone is causing problems. Whitaker's at the point of it. We'll get Martin away from the basket. Good pass cross court. Ramirez, corner 3, and that's how you do it. Textbook zone beater from Jude Ramirez.
Now Ramirez shooting 38% from deep. Doesn't shoot it that often, only 3.8 attempts a game, but if you leave him open, he's going to knock it down.
Witherspoon inside, in and out of the hands of Nick Camerata. Ramirez, same spot as he just made. Jude drives baseline. Martinez. Dylan Hayes. This is a mid-range jumper that rattles in and around and off the glass. It's a good bucket for Dunham.
Yeah, pregame they were working on breaking the zone, have it in the middle of the paint and then find that open shooter in the corner, and it looks like it's paying off right now. Just picture perfect breaking the zone right now.
How about the active hands from Martinez? Other direction, Martin getting inside, left hand, strong. Rebound, Trey K. Saguaro going to continue to push. Witherspoon inside. Quentin Witherspoon with his first bucket of the night. 20 seconds to go, first quarter.
And you see, that's the smart thing about what Ramirez was talking about, passing in the corner and pushing the pace when you got it open in the middle of the baseline. Just go and taking advantage of that.
Martinez with 10. Looking, Martin. Outside, pump fake Ramirez. Has Dutch Martinez. The extra pass for Dunham is water. And that ends this high-scoring first quarter. 20-15. The Broncos look pretty good from deep.
Yeah, it's Dunham's back-to-back shots right there in that same corner. First one mid-range, second one at the buzzer, basically, to give his team a 5-point lead heading into the second.
We'll take a break. We're through 8 minutes. 20-15. Poston Butte.
Hello, friends. Vince DeLisio from the Varsity Sports Show. Thanks for allowing us into your lives every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. These are tough times globally. We see it just as you do. We recognize difficulty, and while our jobs as journalists is to report news, we choose positive, uplifting stories that can inspire you, make you think, make you smile. We thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Second quarter action coming up from Scottsdale on some Monday night high school hoops. Ryan Sikora, Tanner Tortorella, Bailey Leisure, and the rest of the production staff here for the Varsity Sports Show. Saguaro basketball in Game 5 of the season. They don't play in the Thanksgiving tournament this year like most of the AZ high schools do. That's Neshoba Red House, who just misses. They're down 5. This is early in the season for the Sabercats. They've not played as much as, I would say, 90% of the teams on the high school basketball scene here in State 48. That's a tough layup for DeMarco Dunham. But Saguaro's trying to still, get their feet wet.
And then those mistakes like that are not making their feet wet. It's just costly mistakes like that. Almost threw it at our cameraman over there in the corner. Just those type of mistakes are just signs of a young team just trying to find their way right now. And DeMarco Dunham had that amazing layups up and under 7 points. He only averages 8, so he's already almost at his season total, nearly in the beginning of the second quarter.
This is Hayes away from the basket. 6'6", Dylan Hayes, the tallest player on either roster. A deep three for Ramirez. And they're got to be shooting at least 60% from triple.
Yeah, we talked about their lackluster defense the Sabercats have, and you see right here, he shot it from deep, though, so there's not much you can do from there. Ramirez just is feeling one right now so far early in this game.
Largest lead of the game for Poston Butte. Red House, Trey K, the two leading scorers connecting. Kick out and a drive. This is Quinn Callis. Red House. Back for Callis. A corner three. Short. Rebound Red House. Puts it up and that ends a run for Poston Butte.
Yeah, you hope that gets Red House going. That's his first back to the game. He's the leading scorer at 15 points a game. You got to get him going if you want to get back in this game.
Ramirez running the point. Martinez orchestrates the offense for Dunham. Ramirez has been good from this near side. Martinez, good action. Taken away by Red House. On the floor is Callis. And K is the outlet. Shover Red House. Won't let that stop him. Slow first quarter, and now he gets going with 5 here in the second.
That's what happened. You get a quick, easy layup, and boom, now you're starting to feel it. Now you're starting to get comfortable right now. 3 right there, and that's where you get extra swing pass towards the corner right there for the easy 3.
Dunham to the rack, and he picks up a foul. Will be attributed to Trey K.
Yeah, that's more of Dunham's game. He leads the team in free throws attempted. He has 43 on the year. That's more of his game, but right now he's been doing it, getting from the short arc and the mid-range and the three-pointer to end the first quarter.
He's very, very good at attacking the basket.
Exactly. You saw in the layup, too, free throw-wise, this team's kind of struggled. He shoots 53%, so he needs to sort of improve it, but offensively, he has all the tools to, lead this team to victory today.
Job beating the press. And Shepston trying to orchestrate his way in. Red House, who's got the last 5 for Saguaro. It was blocked. Still for Neshoba Red House in the lane and couldn't get it to fall. Manny Lamb with the board. The push. Ramirez. No. Martinez, an offensive rebound. Now they settle. Martinez, pump fake, gets Red House off his feet. That's a deep 2. An offensive rebound again for Lamb. That's 2 on this possession for Poston Butte. Stuffed away, last touch by Callis. Good little ball club, Poston Butte. They move when they want to. They slow it down when they need to. They get rebounds on the offensive glass.
Yeah, we talked about it. They average nearly 10 offensive rebounds a game, and so far they are making their presence known on the glass, just getting so many second opportunities like this one.
They get another here. Dunham off the foot. It seemed there should be a tie-up, and it is. Possession arrow is in favor, should have been of Saguaro, but instead it will go to Poston Butte.
Yeah, this is going to be the Broncos' 4th attempt on this single possession alone. It's just you got to clean it up on the glass if you're the Sabercats right now, because if you give this team that many opportunities, they're going to score eventually.
And with no shot clock in high school basketball in the state of Arizona, you kill the clock too. Lamb lost it, and all 4 attempts are hopeless for Poston Butte. Bonner pushing. Shepston steps inside. Too strong, and Callis over the back.
Yeah, that's one of the quick shots that Ramirez was talking about. That's not the best. He has space over that short corner, but it's just not the best shot you would want. You want to move the ball. That's where the team is the best. Like I said, they average 17 assists a game. They like to move the ball, get into the offense, get players going. Those shots are not what you're looking for if you're the Sabercats.
Sticking around, though. Trailed by as much as 10 just 2-3 minutes ago on a 5-0 run, Saguaro. This is Blake Coleman and Dunham. Stepping away. That's a tricky shot. Red House with a rebound. 3-on-3 if he pushes. He slows it down. Owen Pimbert and Red House. Neshoba Red House cooking up here in the second quarter. That's 8 in this frame alone. And Saguaro on an 8-0 run. Ramirez trying to end that. Kick out to Dunham. Martin will attack on Miller. And he will walk as he walks his way into the paint. The Sabercats with a chance to tie or take the lead with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
And you see it's
out Poston Butte.
And you see it's the ball movement, getting out in the open right there on the half-court offense. Red House passing it, getting the ball back on the top of the key, getting that three to cut the lead to 2.
It's a shorter one, so we'll get a chance to check in with Lucas on the bench.
We need to respond out of this timeout better than the last one. We came out of the timeout and our energy levels were all the way to the floor, man. Hey, good couple possessions right there. Let's stack them now. Let's stack possessions right here. Get your drinks, get your breath. Hey, one possession at a time. Keep playing together. Let's go. Cats on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And he's right. Last time that timeout for Poston Butte, they came out a little flat. That's when the Broncos started their run. Right now, Saguaro on a run of their own. He's like the last couple possessions.
Yeah, that was when Dunham for the Broncos just really took over that game, getting 5 points in the corner, then coming out hot to start the second. That slowed the lead to 10, and the Sabercats, like Coach Ramirez said, got to do better. And Broncos are going into the press, but they broke it good last time. Just need to continue to do that as they get the turnover.
It's good ball movement. A wide open three is nailed by Coleman. That ends the run. First bucket in 3 minutes for Poston Butte. Saguaro beat the press and then turn it over. Martin. Ad pass on the way from Pimbert. Good fake. Martinez. And an offensive rebound again. Coleman got that one. Second chance opportunity. Again, you can just slow it down and kill the clock if you want to as well. Martinez inside, and Martin couldn't go anywhere. He was stopped on the way and should be shooting free throws and is.
Yeah, Coach Ramirez, this is probably what he was talking about, just not a lot of energy, falling victim to the press, just throwing ill-advised passes, causing 2 turnovers, and then again, offensive rebounding is just having a huge problem. They're almost to their season average of offensive rebounds in this first half alone. Just need to be better and more attentive on the glass.
Coleman not afraid to shoot. He'll fire. Rebound from Whitaker. O'Shea Bonner driving in, kicking. Trey Kay's good from three-point land. He's too strong. Offensive rebound, O'Shea Bonner. Now the Sabercats trying to go after second chance points. Whitaker into the lane, and he missed low. Under 2 to play in the first half. A 5-point lead for Poston Butte. They've led by as many as 10. Saguaro hasn't led since it was 13-12. It's a backdoor cut from Coleman and lovely basketball, and it's the first team to 30 tonight.
Yeah, Whitaker got hit pretty hard. Looks like he's grabbing his nose right now. Coach Ramirez grabbing a sub real quick.
And a check for blood on Mason Whitaker. Be replaced by Mikey Shepston.
Yeah, he got a hard screen on that backdoor cut that led for Coleman to get the easy bucket right now as he heads back to the locker room.
Check on Mason Whitaker. Better offense for Saguaro. That's what they need. Bonner, deep 2. And a long rebound that's turned over. Cord Baker had it, tried to get it to Ramirez, and the Sabercats get a break. Rolling the other way. Martin in transition. He jams away.
That's the bench for the Broncos are raising the roof right now. This is just high energy right now for the Broncos. They are just having their way right now with the press.
Red House trying to slow him down. He can't. Miller goes over the back.
It's getting a little feisty between Joe Miller and I believe that was Cord Baker on that. Got the defensive rebound.
Take Miller out. He's replaced by Nick Camerata. So after Saguaro went on an 8-0 run to cut the lead to 2, it's 7-0 over the last 2 minutes for Poston Butte. They have a chance to take the last shot of this opening half. Cord Baker. Ramirez. A bucket on this possession would give them the largest lead of the contest. Ramirez. Martin looking for help. Martinez. 11 on the clock. Baker, this is a corner 3, and he hits. Turns to the bench as well. Bonner's going to have a chance to run and give Saguaro a bucket before the half. O'Shea Bonner, and he turned it over looking for Camerata. A 12-point lead with 0.1 seconds left. Largest lead of the game, and they'll just go to halftime. That was pretty frustrating, and Lucas Ramirez is going to come over and chat about it. Yeah, Coach Ramirez is going to join us now. 12-point lead, largest of the game for Poston Butte. You didn't end the half how you probably wanted to, Coach.
No, you got to take care of the basketball, and you got to know your assignment defensively. And bottom line, they're playing harder than we are. They're not that special, respectfully. I mean, like, it's a pretty even matchup for us. But they're playing harder, and that's what happens. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what happens. The team that plays harder typically has a chance to win the game, and not just win the game, but win it handily if they're going to outwork you like that. So we're going to talk a lot about effort right now.
Yeah, it's getting a little chirpy. They're having some things to say. How are you going to control the motions heading into the second half and getting people going?
No, I mean, you just have to learn how to play in a game like this. I mean, this is another learning opportunity, learning moment for us right here. You got to keep your composure. You can't be too high. You can't be too low. We're going to go on a run. They're going to go on a run. The team that can withstand those runs, not just physically but emotionally, are going to be successful. So we have a lot to talk about.
All right, Coach.
Okay, thanks, guys. Yeah.
Lucas Ramirez, the head coach of the Saguaro Sabercats. His team down 12 at halftime, looking to get their way back into the game and play a little bit harder. We'll go to break. It's 35-23, Poston Butte.
Hi, my name is Eric Perry, and I'm the proud owner of Eco Roofing Solutions. I've been in this industry for over 25 years, and I'm the current president of the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association. Our mission is to provide the absolute best customer experience, and we operate all over the entire state of Arizona. We will come out and provide a courtesy, no-obligation roof inspection to you, as well as an estimate within 24 hours. Our team is dedicated to providing the best quality product and workmanship, and we're here to serve you. You can call us at 480-695-7736 or check us out online at ecoroofaz.com. To learn more about us, you can find me on Instagram at YourBeardedRoofer or at EcoRoofingSolutionsAZ. We are proud supporters of our community's youth and the next generation, and we would love for you to come and join the #Eco family today.
Call Eric and his team at Eco Roofing Solutions, 480-695-7736, and they'll give you a fast, free, no-nonsense estimate. Tell them Vince sent you.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Okay. All right, so
Miami is at Kansas City.
They'll be facing the 6th-seeded North Valley Christian Academy.
Number 13.
Varsity Sports Show replay. Perfect play design on 2nd down and 7. Bray unloading downfield on punt.
Looking deep, he's looking for Jack Freeberger, and he has him open for the touchdown. Just like that, a 44-yard touchdown to Jack.
This is Bobby Murphy here with Varsity Sports Show at Arizona College Prep.
I'm here with Coach Jason Jewell after an extremely gritty 14.
Pioneers. Shay, what did you see from the Sabercats tonight?
Rosen, also from Pinnacle. Thank you.
To the 30, the 40, the 50. All he sees is green in front of him. The 10. He will.
Honestly, we really played as a team. That's probably one of the better games I've seen us play. We were passing, we were.
Yeah, about that play, the one where you picked off on that 4th down. 2 million.
4th down, you know, you need to grab the score. Back up,
Hey folks, J.R. Lambright here, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show. Join me every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific for JR's Texas Tales, where I share stories of Texans who triumphed over adversity and gave back to their local communities. Tune in for a bit of gritty edification on KDUS AM 1060, Arizona.
Coaches, the Varsity Sports Show wants to be part of your team in 2023. We have a proven track record of providing the most coverage of your teams with Thursday and Friday night football. We will spotlight your players with multi-camera game broadcasts, pre- and post-game interviews, and segments on our Saturday morning radio show. With over 100 games broadcast in 2022, we will be exceptional for your team. Call, text, or email 480-220-4629 or info@varsitysportshow.com. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Hi, my name is Eric Perry, and I'm the proud owner of Eco Roofing Solutions. I've been in this industry for over 25 years, and I'm the current president of the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association. Our mission is to provide the absolute best customer experience, and we operate all over the entire state of Arizona. We will come out and provide a courtesy, no-obligation roof inspection to you, as well as an estimate within 24 hours. Our team is dedicated to providing the best quality product and workmanship, and we're here to serve you. You can call us at 480-695-7736 or check us out online at ecoroofaz.com. To learn more about us, you can find me on Instagram at YourBeardedRoofer or at EcoRoofingSolutionsAZ. We are proud supporters of our community's youth and the next generation, and we would love for you to come and join the hashtag EcoFamily today.
Call Eric and his team at Eco Roofing Solutions, 480-695-7736, and they'll give you a fast, free, no-nonsense estimate. Tell them Vince sent you.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Back for the second half from Scottsdale, Arizona, a 35-23 lead for the visiting Poston Butte Broncos over the home team Saguaro Sabercats. And Ryan Secor with Tanner Tortorella. Tanner, Poston Butte, they have this lead because they went on the right amount of runs at the right time, but also with how good they were on the offensive glass.
Yeah, you know, some of them you could chalk up to maybe their bad balance if you're the Sabercats, but other time it's just not enough high energy. And, you know, Coach Ramirez has talked about they just need to be better. And, you know, they're saying, you know, the Broncos aren't doing anything special to beat them, but it's just they're working harder. They're competing. And he wants his people and to put more effort in there. And he was talking to them at halftime that he said he was going to talk to them about effort and putting in the work and, you know, not making constantly mistakes like the turnovers. Turnovers were also another huge problem that, you know, the Sabercats need to clean up in this second half if they want to make a run because, you know, they have the offensive weapons. It's just, you know, not making those mistakes and giving it easy for the other team.
Yeah, second quarter, 8 points for Saguaro, all of them for Neshoba Redhouse, who did not score a single point in the first quarter. Lucas Ramirez is in a weird spot. He's talked about how this team wants to win more this year than last year's team, but are also struggling to stay competitive for 4 quarters during the game. They were not competitive at all in the second frame. Got to find their way out of a 12-point hole with 16 minutes in the second half. It's good action, and Redhouse, we want a foul. It's a whistle blown from the far side on Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, Redhouse off ball. That's what you got to do. Have the screen, get him open, allow him to get more comfortable and get the ball with some space to make him work right there. And that time he drew the foul, so that's a good opening possession.
Bonner tipped it, was looking for Kay, and it was wrapped up by Joe Miller before it got to Trey Kay.
And Coach Ramirez calling for the 2-3. Let's see if it has better success this half than it did last half.
They weren't bad in the half-court defense. It was in transition where they got beat up.
Yeah, it was a transition, a lot of turnovers that gave them easy points, but also it was that short corner that, you know, moving the ball that the Broncos took advantage of and was able to find some open shots. You know, the Broncos made some tough shots, though. A lot of deep shots, and that's what happens when you start getting a rhythm, forcing turnovers, getting out in a break. You get comfortable, and you get comfortable to make those big shots as well.
Foul for Connor Martin. It was tipped out by Mikey Shepston. How about Shepston getting good minutes here tonight as a freshman? See that a lot this year. This is a Saguaro team led by Lucas Ramirez, who is unafraid to play young kids. That's a deep, deep three. Shot clock was winding down, and that's why it had to be taken by Dunham. Now called on Poston Butte. Shot clock comes in the second half. Have to speed up games just a little bit. O'Shea Bonner. That's great defense from Dunham, but Bonner still has it. Kicked with 15 on the clock, and it's rattled off the iron. Rebound by Baker.
Yeah, Trey Kay had Redhouse off the screen on top of the key, but he decided to keep it himself and just couldn't get anything opening shots right there.
Martinez Kay and Red House come together. Saguaro still come down with the rebound. Trey Kay has to pick up his dribble. Mikey Shepston driving, trying to feed Miller. This should be a tie-up. The possession arrow is in favor of Poston Butte.
Yeah, it's those hustle plays. They're the first one to hit to the ground and get those ball back to themselves. It's those hustle plays and those 50-50 plays are just seeming to always going in favor of the Broncos right now.
Two minutes into the second half. No score for either team. A lot of possessions shared so far. Martinez and Ramirez. Martin drives inside, missed the lay. Mikey Shepston. Joe Miller. Shepston for three. Breaks the seal on the second half, and Saguaro within single digits now.
That's huge. Just get some points on the board. You know, you struggled the first 2 minutes, and the freshman coming in huge with the corner three. Gives some momentum. Has a steal again by Joe Miller.
His long hands, the wingspan of Joe Miller. So often coaches talk about you got to chip away a lead. You want to do it in increments, you know. Get 5 here, get 5 there, and take the lead here. This is Red House, and he misses on a three. Offensive rebound was in the hands of Miller. Then it popped out. Poston Butte basketball.
Yeah, you know, it's a costly mistake, but, you know, those are good mistakes. You know, you get in the offensive glass, just slipped out of your hands. I like the energy so far. You would have loved if Red House was able to knock that down, but wide open shot. But that's the type of shots. It's good offense because you're getting open shots and right there in the corner. Stephens had one in the open shoulder right there, too. So it's a good offensive moment so far.
Martinez's three, too strong. Rebound Shepston. Bonner. Quinn Callis. Mikey almost stolen away by Martinez. Instead, Ramirez has it. 3-on-2 if they go in time, and Jude Ramirez ran into trouble.
Yeah, Coach Ramirez trying to keep the energy up, and trying to encourage his guys as they head into this timeout.
Lucas Ramirez's team, they've got the only points of this third quarter.
Stops there, but we turned it over 3 times and we just missed some shots. Good hit, okay? And that was a good drive kick to Neshoba, okay? But look, we got to do something with the possessions we're getting stops with, okay? It's not the wrong pass to make, but you got to cut it in half. Dribble the ball over, boom, we're zooming it over, but cut it in half, make the smart play. You know the right play to make, okay? Just boom, 1-2 dribbles, we still get it there, and we're going to get the same exact look that we're trying to get. Hey, keep stacking possessions over here, but we got to do something offensively now, okay? Let's go, come on.
That message directed towards the end there to Mikey Shepston, who's had a good game so far. Defensively, though, he's right. They're having a good show so far in the second half.
Yeah, and it's been a problem ending in this game. Defensively, they've really struggled to play, great all 4 quarters. And in the first quarter, they allowed 20 points, but since then, it's only 15 points in 12 so game time minutes. So defensively, as they get another steal, the defense has been sensational right now for the Sabercats.
Full court pass to Bonner, who has to clip it back for Miller, and Joe Miller wisely will slow it down. Callis and Trey Kay. Trying to keep it moving. Joe Miller. Not going to hit the three. Shepston gets the board. Saguaro an extra possession. Callis in the lane. Too strong. Rebound Shepston. And the offensive glass coming alive for Saguaro. They've got all 5 points in the third quarter. Martinez, a transition triple to bury the Sabercats. Is back to a 10-point lead for Poston Butte. Trey Kay now the other direction.
Yeah, it's plays like that. You get the offensive glass, you got the energy plays, but you just don't get back on defense. You don't get your man, you don't match up, and it just leads to the open shot for an open hot shooter.
As Joe Miller comes the other direction, the offense is coming alive now. Each one has scored on their last 4 possessions combined.
Sabercats back in the zone.
Inside was Dunham, who's been quiet here in this second half. Shepston Sneaking in. That's a nifty one from O'Shea Bonner. Offensive rebound from Miller. It was a can of corn and he missed it. Dunham. Dutch Martinez. Back up to 11. Poston Butte continue to answer with threes.
Yeah, that's a 5-point swing. Miss Miller, easy bunny right there. And then just an open three in the corner, knocking out. That's a huge and killer sequence right there for the Sabercats.
They take Joe Miller out. Owen Pimbert comes in. Shepson's run is over. So is Trent Kay. As Mason Whitaker checks in as well. Miller will stay back out there. They only took 2 off. They took 3 off to put 2 on. Red House to inbound. 2:36 to go here in the third quarter. Saguaro trailed by 12 at halftime. Miller inside, and he couldn't get that one to go, but he got the foul.
See, they're trying to instill confidence. He's going to be there all the time. He is a big man. He likes to throw his weight around. And you see right there, the design play to get Miller in the post, and he just took advantage of that with his big body, throwing his weight around, getting to the rack, and drawing the foul. Almost had the and one, just rimmed out. I like the movement right now from Joe Miller. He missed that easy bunny, but, you got to give him more touches in the paint. He really knows how to take advantage of those mismatches on the block.
Foul was attributed to Dunham. Miller misses both. Ramirez. And they just rain threes.
He only averages 1.4 made three-pointers a game, but he's almost double that so far in this game. Just outlandish right now from 3. And again, physicality-wise, they're just bumping and bruising. Dunham and Ramirez is just making life so much more difficult past the perimeters, 3 or 4 feet past the arc, and they're just having their way right now against these ball handlers for the Sabercats.
A 14-point lead, the largest of the night for Poston Butte. Oh, just looking for anything. Red House trying to collect a steal. Neshoba Red House inside and one. And maybe that gets him going.
Great play by Red House to know the man was behind him and wait a second for him to catch up to draw the contact and one. Red House needs to start to take over right there, and you see right there with the and one to get more part of this offense because, he's at, I believe, 10 points right now, has a chance to make it 11. He's got to get more fluent in the offensive game, taking care of the rock, and leading this half-court offense for the Sabercats.
He converts to score 3 the old-fashioned way. Still 11 points for Poston Butte out in front. Dutch Martinez has led the offense here tonight. Martin. Lewis. Jerry in trouble, and it was Pimbert defending him. Back for Martin. Inside. Jude Ramirez. Good action to get Martinez the basketball with 10 on the shot clock. Defended by Red House. Martinez gets it into the blocks for Martin. Tries to go baseline, and he walked as he tried to get underneath the basket. That's a great defensive possession for Saguaro.
As they go back to man-to-man, and you can see a lot more high energy right now, leaning towards the man, putting the hip on their assignment and just making life more difficult. Looks like the Broncos having life too much comfortable-wise on the offensive end, getting a lot of open shots, finding the way to the basket, but Sabercats doing a much better job in the second half.
Pimbert kept it alive. Red House for 3.
He misses the free throw jumper, gets the ball back, doesn't even hesitate, gets the corner 3, and just knocks it down. As another steal for the Sabercats.
They're on a run. Here's Pimbert, who's going to slow it down. Red House. Whitaker. They get it back to Neshoba Red House. He's got the last 6 for Saguaro. Kicked outside, back in for him. Red House, too strong. He was doing it himself there. Rebound, Poston Butte. This is an 8-point game with 20 to go in the third quarter. Saguaro on a 6-0 run. And Ramirez will slow it down, try and take the last shot. This will be huge if Saguaro can get down to single digits to go into the fourth. and a double dribble. So with 4 seconds left, the Sabercats are going to have one shot to trim it down even more.
The coach asking for O'Shea Bonner back in the game, as well as Trey Kay. They sense how important this is, as actually they're going to get the ball in quickly. Final 4 seconds.
And it's a layup at the buzzer from Whitaker. It's a 6-point game, an 8-0 run for Saguaro to end this third quarter.
It's all the high energy plays, forcing the steals, getting out open, giving the ball to your playmakers. Red House out there getting, missing the mid-range jump again. They'll bow back, not even hesitating, getting to the wing, getting the three, and then the high energy, getting out on the break. This is a much different team than in the first half of the Sabercats.
Sabercats outscore them 15-9 in this third quarter. We'll go to the fourth after a quick break. 8 minutes to go. Saguaro's back in.
Hello, friends. Vince DeLisio from the Varsity Sports Show. Thanks for allowing us into your lives every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. These are tough times globally. We see it just as you do. We recognize difficulty, and while our jobs as journalists is to report news, we choose positive, uplifting stories that can inspire you, make you think, make you smile. We thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Lucas Ramirez fired up over break. His team on an 8-0 run. They trailed by as many as 14. We start the fourth quarter only down 6. Ryan Sikora with Tanner Tortorella. Neshoba Redhouse, he had a lot of those points. Went on a 6-0 run by himself to close it. This is O'Shea Bonner for the Cats. 1-3 this year, Saguaro. They've only played 4 games. They did not play in any of the Thanksgiving tournaments that most of the teams in this state compete with. Under 10 on the shot clock. Redhouse to the lane. He went up and he got fouled. He should be shooting free throws, and he will.
Yeah, it's a movement off the ball that makes Redhouse so dangerous. He moving from the right corner and getting the ball and going downhill, and he's dangerous when he has that speed. And Broncos had no answer, just had to foul him on the rip, and he's going to line for 2.
It's the first. And free throw here makes it a one-possession game, technically.
Yeah, Redhouse to start the game was quiet in the first quarter, and then since then it's really exploded to bring his team back into this game. Then they needed it too. Not a lot of other offensive weapons so far. It's because of this great Broncos defense has done a really great job of putting the pressure on the Sabercats.
Four-point game, a 10-0 run for Saguaro. This is Coleman. He's doubled. Redhouse trying to go get the basketball. Pimbert on the floor, and that's a tough collision with Martin.
Yeah, Owen Pimbert maybe doesn't realize he's not on the football field. Goes for the tackle. Almost seriously could have been painful for the Bronco right there, but it looks like he's walking off fine. I think that was Martin right there. He's walking off. Just high energy plays on. Diving for those loose spots. Those are going to be huge in this fourth quarter. That can be the difference between a win or a loss.
A linebackers hit Owen Pimbert. This is Hayes away from the basket. 6'6", didn't want to be there, and he got bumped on the way through. Yeah, Quinn Callis for it.
Yeah, 2 quick fouls only a minute in this fourth quarter. I like the aggressiveness, I like the physicality, but you just got to be smarter with that, as they can be in the bonus very quickly. And sensing that, they're going back to the zone, as they saw a lot of success at the end of the third quarter. Getting deflection. The zone's been really great in the second half, just making it harder for the Broncos to get anything to the rim.
Why is it so tricky, though? This late in the game, you'd think they'd have it figured out off the inbound. Martinez too strong.
Hey, switching back from zone to man is a great way to keep your opponent on their toes, and you see it right there. They're switching back and forth. They don't know where to attack because they don't know if it's going man or zone. It's just been challenging for the Broncos to adjust and understand how to attack the Sabercats defense.
A chaotic sequence as Bonner got it stripped away in the other direction now. Went Poston Butte, then Saguaro now, and Martin will slow it down. That was O'Shea Bonner who lost it. Martinez in transition. Dunham couldn't get the putback. Redhouse lost it, and now Dunham on this end will win some free throws, it seems. It's on Owen Pimbert.
Looks like they're going to call it on the ground, actually.
Okay.
Owen Pimbert, 2 quick fouls going to be out of this game. 3 fouls so far for the team. 2 more fouls and then the bonus, and only 6 minutes left in the game still.
The baseline, an inbound to Hayes. He gets off a tough shot. Plenty of time, but first points of this fourth quarter for Poston Butte. Back up to a 6-point game. Joe Miller's getting ready to check back in for the Sabercats. Bonner into the lane. Tough layup. And an and one opportunity for O'Shea Bonner.
Bonner hasn't had a lot of opportunities to go downhill. That was one of the few, and he took advantage of it, absorbing the contact and won. Cut his lead to 1 possession is huge. As Joe Miller's coming back in this game, who's done a great job energy-wise to throw his weight around when he's on the block. And defensively as well, he's done a great job of making his presence known when they're running that 2-3 zone, shutting down the paint for the Broncos.
Hurts the and one, back down to 3. This is the closest Saguaro has been since the early second quarter. Ramirez roaming. Martinez is in the corner. They can't get it to him. Cats have gone man as Martin comes inside. Bonner knocked it off his knee. It looked like it was going to be a foul, but instead the Sabercats with a chance to tie.
Oh, they actually are going to call a foul. They're going to call a push-off. That's going to be the third foul on the Broncos as well. A lot of quick fouls so far from both sides. Could be huge. It could become a free throw game. And I mentioned before, the Broncos kind of struggle with their free throws. Only one person shooting above 70%. So they have a hard time making those free throws. It's huge as a 3-3 foul advantage.
And that's a dangerous cross-court pass that's tipped by the 6'4 Martin. It'll stay with Saguaro. 27 on the shot clock.
As it looks like Mason Whitaker twisted his ankle, and Owen Pimbert's going to come back in the game for him.
So a quick break for Pimbert as they talk to him about the fouls. He's got 3 now in the game. Shepston working from the top. Redhouse. Miller. I don't think they want him shooting anymore. They get a set for Shepston. Defended by Dutch Martinez. Pimbert. Mikey Shepston gets to his spot.
Freshman.
Yeah.
Really impressive by him just to not be overwhelmed. He had to pick up his dribble in the middle of the paint. Didn't let that affect him and just turn around jumper. It's been huge so far in the second half.
It's a 1-point game. Martinez, he's had every big bucket to quell Sabercat runs tonight. Ramirez. And it's lost by Dunham, and Redhouse reached in. And we'll go on to Shobel Redhouse. That's the 4th foul for Saguaro here in this frame.
Yeah, loose ball and just got caught reaching. Tough foul call right there. But, Coach Ramirez for Sabercats talked about how it's a game of runs and they got to respond well. And that's exactly what the Sabercats have done. Let's see if the Broncos could do it as well, responding to Saguaro's run.
Martinez. As Neshoba Redhouse off balance, it's a feed. It's easy for Cord Baker. Defensive struggles, or the offensive struggles, slowly coming to a slight end here in the 4th. Redhouse for Pimbert. Kicks. Trey K wide open. Sets his feet. Nails it.
Trey K, his second 3 of the game. He's known for the threes, and that was his second of the game. Usually averages 3.
It's a tie game with 4 minutes to go in the 4th. Martinez. Dunham. With Ramirez and Martinez in the same spot, this is Dutch Martinez. It's long. Saguaro trying to take their first lead since the early second quarter. Almost fumbled by Kay. Miller dropped it himself. And Poston Butte, who at one point led 44-30, have succumbed to an 18-4 run. It's a timeout. Lucas Ramirez will get a chance to talk to his team after Poston Butte wanted to take a break. Here's Lucas now.
Hey. Hey. Listen. 3-minute war. 0-0 right now. 3-minute war. 3.5-minute war. Go win 3.5 minutes. Okay? One possession at a time. Okay? Catch the ball. Be strong with it. You got to play through physicality down there. Let's go. Finish. Hey. Come out in yellow right now. One possession. Okay? Hey, we're in yellow. Hey, who's out?
Come out and finish. That's what he wants. 3.5 minutes of basketball to play from Scottsdale. And this run for Saguaro has been fueled by Neshoba Redhouse.
He's just been really great. Not a lot of weapons. Trey K made that huge three to tie the game. He hasn't been really there on the offensive end. Usually, he's the second leading scorer on this squad. If he's able to get out there and put some points on the board, that's huge. Him and Redhouse are just to lead us on this team offensively.
Into the lane went Dunham, and he got called for a foul. He didn't like it. Saguaro with another chance to take the lead. They missed on their last possession. Kay crosses the timeline. O'Shea Bonner. It's Bonner, Miller, Redhouse, Shepston, and Trey Kay out there for Lucas Ramirez. Redhouse inside for O'Shea Bonner. Tough in the lane. He got dropped. And it was stuffed by Redhouse. Kay the other direction. A three for the lead, and Trey Kay too strong. Rebound Miller. Joe Miller too short.
Another bunny just off the front of their iron. I know Joe Miller's kicking himself after that one. Looked like it was a kickball also on the other possession. Wasn't called, but they were able to get the steal and get the good shot attempt at the rim. Just couldn't get it to fall. Points are hard to come by, late game because, guys are nervous, energy, adrenaline. Both teams are playing hard. It's hard for points to come by.
Saguaro traps. How'd Ramirez get out of that? They've still got to get across. They've got 3 seconds to do so. That one was tipped away. It's going to stay with Poston Butte. That was great defense from Saguaro. On the court is Cord Baker, the junior. He's holding his left knee. Seemed like he hit the hardwood pretty tough. 2:44 to go in this fourth and final quarter. It's still a tie game. We'll go to break on the Varsity Sports Show.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Still working on Cord Baker on the far side of the court. Lucas Ramirez was having a chat with his 5 out there. Seems to be very, very engaged in this game, and rightfully so. His team have come back from 14 down, but with 2:45 to go, we've seen exactly what we didn't see in the first half from Saguaro, and that is that they have competed and they've gone out there looking to win the basketball game.
Yeah, it's just the defensive identity, which has been lacking so far early in this season. We talked about all pre-game and all game, the defensive issues, and they really stepped up so far, switching from man-to-man to 2-3 zone, switching the defensive assignments have really thrown off the offensive firepower that the Broncos have to offer. It's just been a struggle for them to get points so far after that first quarter, 20 in the first quarter and then now 28 since then. It's just been a great defensive performance so far from the Sabercats.
Baker gets helped off to the locker room. 15 on the shot clock for Martin. He gets inside, kicks out Ramirez. Jude Ramirez, that would have been a tough layup. Rebound by Joe Miller, and Saguaro are going to get a third chance.
They're getting the stop sign to slow it down. They want to get in the offense and get going. Keep doing what they've been doing so far in the second half.
Trey K. Looking for Bonner, finally gets it to him. O'Shea Bonner out for Miller. Didn't like his shot, so he steps in. Red House. Trey K gets a screen. Now searching, feeds inside for O'Shea Bonner, who went up and got fouled by Dunham. Cats will go to the free throw line with a chance to take their first lead of this second half.
Yeah, great cut by Bonner. He saw that Red House picked up his dribble, had nowhere to go, and he was able to find Bonner under the basket, and he was able just to draw the foul. Just a great play by both of them to get to the line.
Bonner hits the first, and Saguaro have their first lead since it was 13-12, I believe, in the early second quarter. It was somewhere around that time frame. Misses the back end. It's rebounded by Lam, and it's really off the foot now. That's great hustle from Bonner. Miller collects, gets it back to O'Shea. Red House is in the corner, but Bonner goes his own. It's a three-point lead with under 2 to play. Ramirez now, 51-48. Saguaro, a 21-4 run. Ramirez tacks inside, and it's going to be a foul on the floor, I believe. A timeout, maybe as well, to go with it. What a bucket and what a sequence for O'Shea Bonner.
Heading on the floor, not caring about his own well-being, diving for the rebound, and Joe Miller finding him back, and he drove to the rim for the bucket. Huge play by both of them.
Voice to Lucas Ramirez.
Opportunity. If you have an opportunity, trap 42 if he gets the ball. Okay? Solid man-to-man, rebound the heck out of it. When we get to the cross, we don't need a quick one. Spread them out. Spread them out. Okay? Keep making winning plays, man. Okay?
42 is Bonnie Lam. He's kind of the big man in the middle, one of the centers on this team, 6'1", kind of a stocky frame. Not the best handler of the basketball. That's why they want to trap.
Also a sophomore, doesn't have a lot of in-game experience. You throw two out of his way, chances of him making a mistake are high. And this entire second half, the Broncos are making a lot of mistakes, similar to the Sabercats in the first half. Just costing mistakes that's just giving them easy offensive rhythm. That's brought Saguaro back into this game. It's the same thing that's causing the Broncos to fall deeper into deficit right now. Down 3 with a minute 29 left in this game.
Again, 21-4 run after trailing by 14, and they get a steal off the inbound. Shepston to the rack. Too strong, didn't get the foul.
Yeah, you want to hold that. They got lucky right there with the turnover by the Broncos, but it's a freshman's mistake right there by Mikey Stepson. He just is not a tough finisher as he has another opportunity here.
They beat the press, and Shepston too strong again. Didn't get that foul again.
This time Ramirez asking the ref for the call.
Coleman with over a minute to go. Minute 5 for Blake Coleman. Martinez, the leading scorer, has been quiet in this second half. Only 13 second half points for Poston Butte. Under a minute to play. Martin. Defended by K is Martinez. Connor Martin to tie it, and he hits! An outstanding bucket for the big man. They got him in the corner. It's a tie game at 51.
Ice in his veins by the senior, not known for his shooting, but I guess he has great confidence in his shot right there.
The difference between shot clock and game clock is about 11 seconds. 30 on the game clock. Trey K. For Bonner. Steps inside, a hop step, and he missed the layup. Who's basketball? Saguaro basketball. The shot clock came off. There was a coming together. It's going to stay with the Sabercats. 18.7, the shot clock is off. Saguaro might have a chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, the Broncos don't like the call, but it's the referee's decision, and that's what they're going to go with.
What do they want to draw up? Look in. bench setup. That's one of the assistant coaches for Saguaro in there in the huddle. Lucas Ramirez there too.
How many timeouts? How many timeouts? 2.
So if you don't get it in, you can't call the timeout here. You don't have to rush. You don't have to force anything. Good play by the coach to make sure his parents are aware.
Absolutely. Hey, when we get a bucket, no threes, straight up, no fouls, straight up. Okay?
If he's wide open.
So again, one of the assistants drew up the play, and Lucas's message is, hey, game situation there. Know what you need to get, know that you've got timeouts on your side, and know that when you get a bucket, you cannot make a mistake. I think that was Brock Lemon who was helping design the set. From underneath the basket, Trey Kay to inbound with 18.7 to go. He gets it out to Bonner, in for Kay. This is a layup and rebound by Miller. Went up himself and got fouled. Big Joe Miller gets an offensive rebound off of a floater from the baseline. Miller is, I believe, 1 for 4 from the free throw line today, so not the guy you'd want there.
He's struggling, but, he's done a great job of getting the offensive rebounds and scoring.
An important free throw for Joe, and he hits. And Saguaro have the lead back, 52-51. There's 13 seconds left. An important second one. And he hits both. Poston Butte, a 2 can tie. It's tipped by Shepston. It's Saguaro basketball.
He wasn't ready for the pass. Hit it right off his face. Costly mistake right now for the Broncos.
Coleman wasn't ready. It looked like Shepston got a hand in, but it went off Coleman's head. With 10 seconds left, Martin has to foul Kay. And if he hits both, it's a 4-point game.
And they got it to their best shooter. Kay is one of their best outside shooters and shooters in general on this roster. Exactly the person you want on the line during this 2 free throws right here.
What a mistake from Poston Butte. Kay on the front end. 3-point game.
Yeah, in the inbound pass, it was Connor Martin, the inbound passer, and just threw it right off Blake Coleman's face. Coleman wasn't ready for it. He was ready for the play to set up. And then Martin just threw it right off his face.
This pretty much ends it. If Kay can hit this one, and he can. Now they need a 3, and they need a foul to go with it. Martin in transition. Needs to earn a foul. Hands got to stay up. Stripped away and stolen by Miller. Kay gets fouled. And that'll do it. Saguaro, who trailed by as much as 14 in the third quarter, have stormed back. A fantastic 25-7 run to close out this game for the Sabercats.
What did Coach Ramirez say during halftime? It's a game of runs. And it's how you respond to runs. It's how you put your energy right there. And he said it perfectly bluntly. It's, Broncos aren't doing anything special. It's just they're outworking them. And in this second half, the Sabercats outworked the Broncos with the hustle plays, with working on the zone, the defense, and the offensive end, just doing those hustle plays. The huge play by O'Shea Bonner to get the steal, dive for the floor for the ball, gave it back to Joe Miller. Joe Miller passed it back to Bonner, and he got the easy bucket to put him up 3. That was huge. That really set the confidence back on the Sabercats bench.
Outscored them 32-16 here in the second half. And with about a second left, it'll be free throws for Saguaro to pretty much put it to bed. Not enough time to really even get a shot off if you're Poston Butte. This is an important win. Sabercats had lost 3 straight. They lost by 20 to Dysart, a really athletic team. They got blown out by ALA Gilbert North, who've got one of the best players in the state, and they're coming off a tough loss to ALA Queen Creek, 61-59. Coach Ramirez, before the game, talked about how this would be a big litmus test because Poston Butte, very similar to Dysart, who beat the heck out of them a couple of weeks ago. And they have met the test tonight. Kay, who hit his 2 free throws the last time up, hits the first. What a turnaround in the second half for the Sabercats. Going to pick up their second win of the season through the first 5 games. Their season still very young. Poston Butte are going to fall to 3-8. What a second half for Saguaro. They outscore their opponents, Poston Butte, 34-16 to come back down, and they win by 6, 57-51.
Just an absolute different team in the second half. The Sabercats were. They were just putting out the pressure on the defensive end and offensive end, going to the rim, doing everything they needed to do to score and win this game. And just shout out to Coach Lucas Ramirez. He just did a splendid job of just getting his team ready for the second half.
We'll go to a quick break, and when we come back, Lucas Ramirez is going to join us live here for post-game 57-51. Cats win.
Hey folks, J.R. Lambright here, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show. Join me every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific for JR's Texas Tales, where I share stories of Texans who triumphed over adversity and gave back to their local communities. Tune in for a bit of gritty edification on KDUS AM 1060, Arizona.
Back here for the postgame of 57-51 Sabercat win. Lucas Ramirez joins us now. Coach, your team outscored Poston Butte in the second half, 34-16. It was an impressive run to close out the game.
Yeah, I'm still a little speechless in what we just saw. We really challenged our guys at halftime to show some care and effort and pride, and they did. And we had more than just 5 guys doing it. We had a 6, 7, 8-man rotation there in the second half where we had a ton of guys who contributed. And you got to enjoy them while you can, because these are hard to get. People don't realize that. The longer I do this, the more you appreciate finding ways to get these done. And I'm so happy for our guys. Young team, as you probably can tell. Just learning and trying to figure it all out. But a heck of a win at home. To lock this place down for us. And good news is you can enjoy it for about, 9-10 hours. Then I'm waking these guys up to come in for practice in the morning. And then we have a real tough battle tomorrow night against Arizona College Prep. And Clint does a great job over there. And they're going to be ready to go. I think they're one of the sleepers in 4A. That no one's really talking about. So we got to be ready to go into a tough environment on the road and be ready to play. But enjoy this while we can and learn from the good and the bad and just keep finding ways to get better. But really, really proud of our guys.
Yeah, you talked at halftime. It's a game of runs and how you respond to them. And seeing in the second half, you guys came to play and you guys brought the energy. What would you say about guys like Bonner who, dove on that huge play at the end of the game to, bring the lead back to 3? All these plays that your players are making, how would you assess how they play and how can you take that into the rest of the season?
Yeah, it just goes to show that you cannot be having a great game, but you can still impact winning, and that's what O'Shea did. O'Shea had, I think, probably 4 or 5 turnovers, and he was a little shaky, and to the fact where we pulled him out at one point, and credit to one of his teammates, he looked at me in the huddle and said, hey, we need O'Shea for this final stretch run, and boy, did he prove it. 50-50 ball like that, saving another ball, getting to the free throw line, getting to the basket. So, enough said there, making winning plays when it counts at the end.
Coach, appreciate the time. O'Shea Bonner's going to join us in just a second here. Tanner, pretty good comeback. How about that? You don't see that too often at the high school level, really any level, but to grind your way through that and do a great job here on this Monday game. It's kind of a weird schedule for them as O'Shea's going to join us now. I think he can hear us, can you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for being with us here today, O'Shea. Pretty good comeback for you guys.
It was all right.
Yeah, just all right?
Yeah. It was good.
You guys down, I think, at as many as 14. You find a way to
about 14, 18.
Cause a lot of deflections on the defensive end. It started there, right, for you guys? You guys led the way defensively, getting steals, getting stops.
Yeah, in the second half, I don't even know what was up the first half, really. We were missing a lot of shots and all, but in the second half, that's when we started playing better defense, communicating and all, and then started hitting more shots and everything.
In the first half, Coach talked about how, you're a little shaky, you had a little turnovers. You came back in the second half and you made a point of precedence to, be on the defensive end, especially on the late game. You got the steal, you dive on the floor, pass it back to Joe, and he gives it back to you, you go for the bucket. Take me through that play. What were you thinking? How did you were able to come out with the ball diving near the sideline? It was just an impressive play.
So during practice, we do a lot of diving drills. So as soon as I saw the ball go behind him and he was jogging towards it, I just decided to dive for it. And I saw Joe coming, so I just threw the ball to him. He passed it back. Then it was a baseline drive bucket right there.
Lucas talked about how you guys got to play tomorrow. You guys
Oh,
got
yeah.
9 hours to kind of celebrate the win, and then you got to play a really good Arizona College prep team.
Yeah, we got 5 games, bro.
It's a busy week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. O'Shea Bonner, thank you for joining us here tonight. One of the players of the game for the Saguaro Sabercats on this Monday win over Poston Butte. We close it out here. That guy was huge on the defensive end, Tanner. It was Neshoba Redhouse, like we expected him to be. He was great on the offensive side.
And you talked about it, Coach talked about it, how this team wants to compete, has a willingness to compete that, this program hasn't seen in a few years in these past couple of teams. And you saw it in the second half. They were just diving on the floor and just bringing it to a very talkative and cocky Broncos team that was chipping in the first half. But the Sabercats were able to come out with the win just because of their hustle and their willingness to compete.
Saguaro on the road tomorrow in Chandler to take on Arizona College Prep. They'll be back here on the Varsity Sports Show on Thursday for a home game against Verado. Your final score tonight, 57-51. A big second-half comeback for the Sabercats, for Bailey Leisure and the entire production team. For Tanner Tortorella, my partner, I've been Ryan Sikora. Cats win their second basketball game of the season.
Coaches, the Varsity Sports Show wants to be part of your team in 2023. We have a proven track record of providing the most coverage of your teams with Thursday and Friday night football. We will spotlight your players with multi-camera game broadcasts, pre- and post-game interviews, and segments on our Saturday morning radio show. With over 100 games broadcast in 2022, we will be exceptional for your team. Call, text, or email 480-220-4629 or info@varsitysportshow.com.